Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Hello Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Kristina here with your monthly Tarotscope reading for June 2017. Thanks so much for joining me. If you'd like a personal and private reading with me, I will leave that information down below, along with the information about the decks I'll be using in this reading. All right, let's get underway. We have 4 tarot cards that will correspond roughly to each week in the month. So the first card that we have for the first week, the first energy, would be the 9 of Skies. You know, okay, so if you look at these, we've got the white geese down at the bottom, and then these black, I don't know what kinds of birds those are, but these other black birds that are ready, that they're already migrating. It's time for them to fly. And look at how completely unbothered the white geese are. They know it's not time for them yet. So they're not going, ooh, 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 I gotta go, you know, all that kind of like the way that our minds can start running. And I think this is interesting because all of the other groups had the first card for the first week, all of them had like lots and lots of activity. So this is everybody else, and these are the earth signs. And this really is about you staying grounded too, okay? So having that confidence, having that peace of mind that just because everybody else is running around with, you know, with their heads cut off, that it's not time for you to do that. You don't need to be doing that. There's nothing wrong with you if you're not in a panic. In fact, I mean, this is really kind of the way of the earth signs, is that everybody else loses their heads and you guys are like the calm, stable, grounded energy in, you know, kind of in the zodiac. So in this first week, while everybody else is running around, this is a week for you to remain grounded, or just like be your normal grounded selves, all right? And not to panic if you think that you're not doing enough. All right, the second week, look at this. We've got the Hierophant, and wow, this feels like a spiritual awakening to me. You know, the Hierophant is often about like imposed, it's authority, it's spiritual authority imposed by like outside institutions, human-made institutions. But this Hierophant here is really like in the second week, you're going to be finding your own way. Like you'll bypass all of the rules, which is interesting because, you know, sometimes earth signs can be really, you guys can sometimes be like the hall monitors of the zodiac. I'm sorry, I love you dearly, but because you like structure and making plans, that sometimes that can get your plan can get in the way of kind of the way the universe likes to show up to us sometimes. So in the second week, it's actually, this feels like you being really comfortable with operating kind of between the lines. In terms of like your intuition, spiritual matters, and things like that. So yeah, this feels kind of good and rebellious. All right, in the third week, this is a card of abundance. So this is the 9 of Farms. This is a woman who she's got all these golden egg laying geese that she can't shake. So no matter what, it's almost, it feels like, how do I want to say this? These nines, it's nines with geese. Both of these cards are 9s of geese. You know what? I'll put a link in the down there part, like the little box underneath the frame, with the symbolic spirit animal meaning of geese, because I feel like that's actually what the message is here, more than what the individual meanings of these cards are. I mean, yes, you're going to be grounded and stable, and yes, really great things are going to be coming to you, but there's an additional message in here from GOOSE medicine that is also related to this 9-9. Okay, so that I'll also put the angel number, some links for numerology and angel numbers, because this feels like, you know, some things coming to an end. But also, I mean, 9s are spiritual matters too. So take a look down below. I think that's where you're going to get like the richer message for the first and third weeks. But also that because that's speaking, that's like a double message, 9-9 goose goose. And that feels like that might be the biggest energy for the month for you. And so on an individual basis, you'll tap into your own intuition and see once you start looking through those resources that are linked in the comments, that you will be able to trust your own judgment, your own resonances about the pieces of the messages that jump out for you. Okay. All right. And then the final card, or the last week of the month, we're going to be ending June, kind of a hanged man position. You know, these are both very similar energies. This is we don't need to go yet. Everybody slow down. Nobody lose their heads, right? And the hanged man, this is about going at a reasonable pace. Okay. Sometimes the hanged man can be about like non-motion, you know, but the way this is depicted in this card is as a parachute. This person should not go any faster. They should not descend any faster than this parachute will allow, because if they do, they'll go splat. So you don't want that, right? So you are going at exactly the pace that is good and reasonable for you. Now, where all of this starts to get really interesting, wow, okay, get ready, is in these archetype cards. So the way this works is I'm pulling 2 archetype cards this month. One that shows archetypes as other people present them to you, and so giving you some guidance about how you might interact with those energies. And then the second archetype card is for your internal archetypes. So the way that you are called or invited to be a highest expression of an archetype, or the ways that you might be tempted to behave in kind of the shadow aspects of an archetype. And given what these 2 cards are, I think you guys, we're coming into a Mercury retrograde, I think toward the end of the month, and oh my goodness. Okay, so the external energy, the external archetypes, somebody might be showing up to you as a Don Juan figure. So the shadow aspect is using power of romantic attraction for private agendas. And so, you know, taking advantage of knowing that someone's into you, you know, using your sexy wiles, whether that's masculine wiles or feminine wiles, it's the sexy wiles, in order to get what you want without being genuine and without really taking into consideration what the other person might be investing. This is somebody who's showing up to you. So that could be a potential aspect of that Mercury retrograde, somebody from your past showing up to you in this, revisiting this aspect. But because it's a retrograde, you have an opportunity to turn it around. So, you know, to kind of recreate the dynamic so that the light aspect shows up, which is spotlighting your positive seductive quality. So someone else might, oh gosh, so this is where things start to get a little dicey, is if someone is showing up to you in a Don Juan way, so being really seductive, the light aspect of this would be for you to trust it, which could be difficult because the shadow aspect will have been based on mistrust or betrayal or something like that. And this feels like the old energy. So whatever these cards feel like they are messages for you about the retrograde. So a person who had previously behaved in this fashion might show up again, and because you're a little gun shy and you've already been down that road, you might be like, look, I don't need to do this again. But this is showing that there's a potential here for them to actually be sincere this time and for this to go a little bit better. And, you know, and I feel like this also might be in that geese. They're showing me these again, okay? The 9s, the geese, that something could be on its way to transform for you, which is nice. That's good. I mean, we want this one to be a little bit better. Now look at oh boy, what a pair this is. So your internal archetypes that you might be pulled toward is the prostitute. Okay, in her light attributes, this is accentuating the challenge of surviving without negotiating your power of spirit, so not giving your power away. And that actually, okay, not giving your power away. The shadow aspect would be placing material considerations and security above self-empowerment. Okay, so the prostitute, the shadow aspect is giving your power away, and the light aspect is maintaining that your agency, your autonomy, and in the face of a Don Juan, not giving your power away to this person if they are behaving in shadow aspects. This is meeting seduction on equal footing. Okay, so this is so interesting. So where this would be a person from your past who had previously been in a one-up position in terms of the power dynamic, and then you having been in the one down in that previous aspect. That Mercury retrograde is going to give you an opportunity to bring these two into balance and equal footing with one another, which is pretty powerful stuff if this is something that shows up for you this month. Okay, all right. Oh, this is great. So the crystal card, oh, this is going to be hard to see. The crystal card, we have blue lace agate. Speak the truth, listen well, have the courage to say what you need to say, be heard, and read between the lines. And then the affirmation is, it is easy for me to express myself. I am understood. I hear what others are communicating. So this card, this crystal, is supporting us in our ability to see beneath the past hurt that this person might have inflicted on you to what is happening with them right now. It might still be that, but it might not. So being opening yourself to that, and then also by the same token, expressing yourself in a way that maintains your personal truth, your personal autonomy, so that, like I said, so that this manipulative, both sides have the ability to be manipulative, because this could go this way too, to bring these two people back onto equal footing with one another. And then the flower card, flower energies for the month, we have garden heliotrope, and the keywords are devotion and dreams fulfilled. So, you know, if this was an old relationship that didn't go well, the quote here is, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And you know what? The Nine of Skies is a card that is often about nightmares and dreams. So if you've had any dreams, recurring dreams, or if this person is a person who had shown up to you before in dreams, this garden heliotrope is like both the flower and the crystal are both working in your favor. They're giving you lots of supportive energy, especially earth signs. I mean, this is big energy for the earth signs, supporting the heart-centered, joyful expression of seduction, of sexual union, sexual expression. This is all wanting to come back into balance, and the Mercury retrograde is going to give you a really good opportunity to make that happen. All right, earth signs, that does it for this month. If you'd like a personal and private reading, one more time, that information down below, along with the information about the cards and decks that I used this month. All right, so I will see you next month. Have a great time. Have a great time. Yeah, you know what? Have a great time. All right. Check you later. Bye.